catch at Sedges, and I haven't even put a hooked bait into the swim yet because I'm a little bit behind schedule setting up. So this is my first put. I've decided no one's caught anything in that 10 minutes, nothing of note anyway. The guy next to me's got one on now as I say that. He's caught that from the deeper water, I believe. But I'm just going to start, if you can see, down here a little bit. Just got a line, top getting one. I've just put 10 cubes of meat on it. It's over 3 foot deep there. It's a very deep place. The wind's howling through, so I've got quite a heavy float on. I'm just going to sit on this for the first 5 minutes. I've got a method feeder set up for an island chuck. I've put 3 balls of ground bait, 3 one-handed balls of ground bait in, like a top kitten 5, or top kitten 4 it might be. That is for hopefully for silvers. I've just put a mix of ground bait in, a little bit of micros just to hold the fish, any fish that are there, and then I shan't go on that for an hour and a half or so. That'll be like I can't catch any carp, I can catch some silvers because I'm told there's a lot of skimmers in here, good ones. What else? I've plumbed up a super tight line down to my margin, like touching the bank, which is still quite deep. For considering it's touching the bank, but that will be for fishing ground bait and ground bait and expander on. So I'll get back to you when something exciting happens. See you in a bit, guys. Right, guys, we've hooked something. So we had a look down that left-hand edge on the over the meat and didn't have any indications. So it's now 35 minutes into the match, and I've been chucking over with a little banjo feeder with just ground bait, and I just thought I'd just put two dead reds and some ground bait. It's quite negative, but I thought I might pick up a skimmer for some skimmers about. And also in my casting, I need to work out how much to compensate for the wind, because the wind's blowing across me right to left, and so I didn't want to start chucking bait in everywhere. So I thought a bit of ground bait won't hurt anything. It's only a small banjo feeder. And I was just going through my feeders to decide what feeder I might want to put on next if this don't work. And it's just gone round. So it's gone round with 2 dead reds and a tiny little bit of ground bait in, which is different to what everybody else is fishing. They're going to be fishing pellet and pop-ups, etc. I'm hoping the wind's not affecting this too much today. Can't do too much about the wind today, like I've been able to on the previous videos. I'll have to get my clicker out if I land this, because I haven't actually, I'm so disorganised because I wasn't ready on time. But I think sometimes it's important to remember to just take another 10 minutes and get ready properly. That's better, isn't it? Just get ready properly, because you're here for 6 hours and rush in. And this is why I've put these short lines to the left and to my right, so that I can play fish in front of me if I catch on the feeder, which I have caught. I've even put my silver line slightly to the left, so that if the fish is running deep, when he comes past that silver line, he's not going to go through the middle of my bream. Because I used to say this might be the only one I catch out there, or I might catch 5 or 6, or it takes my time, make sure I get the first fish in. Got the clutch set quite light. Feels like a decent fish because he's not pulling, he's not swimming around crazy, he's quite ponderous. First up to it I thought it could be a bream, the way it was really ponderous and steady. I haven't fished tight to the island, I'm quite a way off it. I've given myself an option of getting tighter as time goes by. One of these cheap Inception reels from Preston. It's a real clunky thing, but it seems to be doing the job. Oh, we'll have him, he's a big boy. Thank you very much. It's a good start. This is the sort of stamp that you can expect in here. You do have to weigh anything that's over 15. This one isn't, so don't worry. It's a double, but he's not over 15. Move this rod out of the way. I'm very disorganised today. I will get more efficient as the day goes on if I catch a few more. There we are. I'm going to say he's 10 or 11 him. Brilliant, guys. Hopefully there's plenty more to come. Well, we've hooked something again, guys. It feels like it might be a bream this time. It's nodding its head, but it's got no weight, so I think it's a bream. This is what I thought. I might hook a few of these on this ground bait and maggot approach, but kind of don't mind if they're decent. This feels like it could be a decent size. And it keeps me casting if I'm hooking these. Oh, he's pulled out. He's pulled out. That was a bream. Looks like maggot's gone back over the up point as well, which is probably why he's pulled out. Chucked it straight in, it's gone straight round. Feels like it could be another bream. It could be a big bream or a small carp. It's hard to know at this point. It's got some weight. Definitely some fish out on that spot. Whether it's a little shallow plateau and they're like sitting on there. I think it's a bream. I'll say this is a bream. This rod's a little bit stiffer than I'd like it to be. It's an old 10-foot carp mini and they're quite stiff. Good for catching these bigger lumps on, but not so good for soft-mouthed bream. He's keeping his head down though for a bream. Maybe he's just a small carp. I don't know what's in here. I always just thought it was full of lumps, so you know, this can't be a bream now. Bream doesn't do that to my rod. Must be a smaller carp, yes. The rod suddenly looks soft, which bream wouldn't be doing. Look, we'll have scoop him. Yes, indeed. There's a little. Dunno. Just taking my time with him because I want him in the bag. Yes, this is a skimmer. All day long, this is a skimmer. There he is. Excellent. Got the nodules on them, these fish. Makes them nice and easy to pick up when they've got the nodules on. He's got a bit of a growth on him. They always get that sort of stuff this time of the year. If they're going to get manky, it's always spawning time for some reason. I'm sure it'll be fine in a month's time, it'll be gone. And there we are, guys, proof. Double maggot. One white one, one red one. Right guys, we're in again. An hour and 15 minutes into the match now. This is the fourth or fifth fish we've hooked on the feeder, but again it feels like a skimmer went right round like it was a flipping carp. It was going around at 100 miles an hour, so unless it's swimming towards me, it's a skimmer. Nodding well now. Could be a fish that's swimming towards me. No, it's just a lively skimmer. We'll take that any day of the week. Proper one. No spawning nodules in this one. Well, just decided to give them feed line a rest, and go over the deep, what I would call skimmer line, because it was bubbling. And lo and behold, I got something better. I'm just going to put my short number 4 on because I pulled out. This is foul up, foul up. So that looks like it could have been a foul up bream. It's been about 10 minutes, 15 minutes since the last time I hooked a fish on this line. I hooked another one. This one's definitely a carp, the way it stormed off. I just put another nugget of ground bait in with some maggots in and just sent the fish down. Because if I looked at that skimmer, I couldn't get any more indications, and I thought, well, if I put there's fish there, I can see that they were there because they were below it. I just thought I need to put a nugget of sort of rich ground bait in, see if I can get them to come back into this, get them a bit closer to the to my rig. This is, I mean, I'm set up for skimmers, but it's not light setup. This should be capable of landing this fish if he's not foul up. He's not massive. I'm just letting him go. I'm on 11 jaw slip on this rig. He's right out there in a minute. I feel him. And the problem is it's so deep here. I've got to fish short number 4 and use my puller kit while it's still on my short number 4. So I'll try and plug. Ooh, he's going to do me. I'm starting to think he's not hooked in the move this one. So I can pull him in a bit. Yeah, because my rig's longer than my top kit, I'm not going to be able to land him. But with just the top kit in my hand, I'm going to have the number 4. So I'm just going to have to strip in a slightly different way to how he would normally. Take my time because every fish is going to be valuable today. I feel like he's probably hooked properly. So he'll probably come off by now. I'm not got a massive hook on. I am fishing for good skimmers, knowing that there's an opportunity for a carp to come along. So I'm not gone too light, but I'm not gone. I need to get in this deep water by my feet so I can try and lift him. I think he's a big fish. I think he's sort of 4 or 5 pound the way he's swimming around. If I try and scoop him if he comes up a bit further out. Still got some pass. Another little strip, see if we can force the issue a little bit now. There's not a lot of snags for me to worry about. I'm not on a platform in this peg, which is nice. I don't worry about that either. Fuck this fish on double dead maggot. As soon as he's had it in the mouth, that's relevant. If he hasn't had it in the mouth, it's irrelevant. Pretty sure he's had it in the mouth though, by the way he's fighting. There he is. There you go, he wasn't even 4 pound, was he quite? We'll take that. Take that down in the deep water. Very next put, guys, up to skimmer. He was thinking about jumping out then, but he's given up the ghost. He's another spawning battered one. Right guys, in about another 5 or 6 minutes since the last fish, maybe a bit longer. trying different baits, trying to get one to take it. Would you believe a nice bit of meat in the skimmers at it? Won't surprise me because I know they like meat, these skimmers. It's like, I've had 3 or 4 skimmers in a row now, just putting trying not to put another ball of ground bait. You know, this one might not be a skimmer actually. Might be a little carpy. I didn't know there was anything in here that small. But there we are. He's foul up under the chin by the look of it. Right then guys, on the 2.5 hourly update, so we're just under halfway through. I'm trying to shield you from the wind, I'm hoping it's working. I've got £20 of carp and 5 or 6 decent skimmers in the bag, which, having spoken to James who's been walking around on the bank, that might be doing quite well for our side of the lake. The other side of the lake seems to be having a few guys that are doing better than us. I've caught most of my carp over to the island on the banjo feeder with ground bait in and 2 maggots on the hook. And I've caught most of my skimmers on the pole, although I have picked a few up on the feeder as well. Slow going. I've just refed the pole line down the middle. Call it down the middle, but it's in the deep water, sort of 6, 7 foot deep. Just refed it whilst I chuck the feeder or the banjo feeder back out again, see if I can nick a couple of fish. Now it's had a rest. I'm starting to think about my edge lines in the next sort of hour or so. I'm told they do well here, short. I've seen people over on the other bank fishing short, but nothing many of them are really catching, so I'll keep an eye on them. Things are going alright, much better than it was last time I fished here on the brick pond on the tile today, so I like the fact that I've got an island to chuck to. It's not a lot going on really, but it seems like my sort of frugal ground bait approach rather than putting pellets around the feed has worked for me, whereas other people haven't caught on the feeder. Now, I didn't go down ground bait route because I thought ground bait was going to be better than pellet. I had no idea what was going to be better, but I figured I've got a small feeder and it's really windy and I'm not going to be able to hit the same spot every time. So if I use ground bait, I feel like I'm not putting lots of bait in, and I feel like I can just keep chucking it. I think the tips are showing indications that there's a line in there. I thought it was about to go. So I felt like I could just keep chucking it, and if it was a bit to the right, a bit to the left or whatever, it didn't matter. And it turns out that the fish kind of wanted that anyway, and I put the maggots on because I thought I'll pick up some skimmers. But actually the first couple of fish I picked up were carp, so... Guys, just joined me. I've just had a couple... Oh, I think that might have been a foul hook skimmer, to be honest. I'll have a look in a minute, see if we've got anything on the hook. I've just missed that because it's folded over the hook point now. I'll put 2 fresh ones on. So I've got a few more skimmers on this pole line. I've had to keep putting ground bait in. They really do want a bit of ground bait today, so it seems like you can give them too much. So as soon as I don't get a bite for any length of time, I'll put some in. But I mean, I'm not setting the world on fire with it, but nobody's catching carp anywhere. Nobody's catching. There are a few people that have been on these skimmers all day, so there's going to be people well ahead of me on the silvers pool. I'm not under any illusion about that, but they're a good size. They're £1 a piece, maybe a little bit more, some of them, so you know they're worth dropping in the net. You catch 10 or 12 of them, that's 10 or 12 pounds, that's a good carp. It could make a big difference at the end. It's just going to be a case of, are these carp going to start feeding? You know, it's 2 o'clock now, so we've got 2 hours to go. Will we catch carp at the end, or will it just be who's sat down and gone through most of these skimmers? I don't know. It's like a good time for an update really. I've still only got £19, not had another carp since the last update, in a couple of hours. I've been out on the method feeder, been out on the hybrid, the banjo feeder, and they're just not, it's just not going round. So I'll come back onto, I'll give this pole line a rest. I've just come back onto the pole line, had a few skimmers, but it's long time between bites, and I'm just messing about trying to work out. It's not good, is it? I'm messing about trying to work out what's the quickest way to get bites, but at the minute it don't seem to matter what I do, it's just a case of waiting. I've got another skimmer on. About 2 minutes after I just turned her off and whinging, got one on. So they're definitely coming on the feed a bit, but it's kind of at some point we've got to make a decision to come off him and get on to some carp, I think. I can't win anything with these because I'm too far behind the guys that have been on them all day. Yeah, not too bad. Average stamp, quite thick actually, those fish, quite thick set. Just give a skimmer like the best 5 minutes. Went down the edge trying the meat line, didn't have any success. Went back over the skimmer line, nice little skim bobs again. They're really nice fat skimmers these, aren't they? Oh, there we are, right on the camera, that's what I was hoping to achieve. It feels like a good skimmer, keeping down well. I'm hoping that's a good skimmer and not a foul up one. Keeping itself nice and low, which I don't normally do, and they're hooked in the chops. Yes, it's a good one. Oops, nearly knocked him off then. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, he's one of the best ones of the day. And he's foul locked, look under the chin. These boys are hard to catch. They're down there. That's why he didn't come up, it's because he wasn't hooked properly. Not particularly because I like to use dead maggots for bream, because I don't normally. I use live on the hook. I don't mind feeding deads, but I haven't got any, so I'm using what I can now. The wind's got up again now, and it could be a bit more fun trying to. You can see there's fish down there feeding, because I let the indication. That fish was obviously has made an indication on the line there. But I mean, the float buried out of sight was a really good solid. The float didn't want to settle then. Sometimes there's skimmers up in the water grabbing it on the way down. So yeah, I'll get back. It is 2:30, so an hour and a half to go. I've had a little look down my left-hand margin where I want to fish meat. I've had an indication, but I think it might have been silverfish. So I'm going to give it another half an hour and have another look. Keep messing about on this bream line until then. I'll catch you in a bit. Literally just turned you off. Struck straight into another weird bite, which makes me think either it's foul, it could be foul hooked, it could have been a line. There you go, it's foul hooked. I think that was a foul hook bream. Very frustrating. Something here, as I was putting the rig in, I think it might be a skimmer foul hooked in the tail or something, because it's got no power, but it won't lift its head up. It's definitely a foul hooked skimmer of some description. Just like it to come up to the top for a split second. So yeah, it's up to the top of the fin, look at that. Let's bream up to the dorsal fin. And laid that rig right across its back, ain't I? Just goes to show there's some proper fish down there now. Just put an expander. Bite didn't come very quickly, but it was a proper bite in the pile. So that's good. So guys, I've got a fish on here. I've just hooked it down the right hand margin over some loose fed ground bait with an expander on. And exactly what I was about to say has just happened. I feel like it might be foul locked. There it was, foul locked. It was a big fish, that was. Oh guys, look, something over. I'm trying down the margin. Oh, for God's sake, I knew it was another foul looker. Drive me mad, foul lookers are driving me mad today.